Hello, this is Pigsy, and what a day. It seems to be quite busy. So today I'm going to talk a bit about crypto, because I've been looking at it, studying it, and I've invested a little bit in it, so I can get an idea of the patterns and what's going on. It tends to fluctuate quite a bit, and then you want to look for certain trends. So, I mean, often people say in video, I'm not an advisor of whatever, just to be clear. But then again, in reverse of that, nobody probably would tell you if they are. But they usually do. They say, I'm a professional this, I'm a professional that, blah, blah, blah. But I think in a crypto, well, if you're an investor, if you put money into something, you can say that you're an investor, but you can't be an advisor, because it suggests you work with money all the time. And that's it really. But I'm just going to go. I'm fed up with bloody cars. I keep popping down the road. Anyways, it doesn't really matter about that. I'm basically just telling you from my own experience what's going on, and some ideas maybe what else might go on. So I've been put a few little investments, nothing major, just looking at the changes. But over about 7 days, I've made £10, and then it starts shrinking back, it fluctuates. So this morning it was well up, and I thought excellent, and then it seems to have dropped. But the reason it's the different change of drop is because it's a small amount. So you know, if you buy these tokens for pennies, basically, or less than a penny, and they drop a certain amount because they're so small, it'll have a much more broader impact. In the same way as if it goes up a little bit, you'll see a big change. But as it gets a larger amount, you owe less of a percentage of a coin, and so therefore you still will have increases, but you'll notice less change. Basically, you only notice change depending on how much you put into the particular cryptocurrency, and the fluctuations will be less dramatic with a larger amount. It's just because they're new, you see the biggest amount of change. Are they gambling? Well, not really. I mean, as long as they're actually tied into something, what they might do is sort of plateau or sort of flatten out, or be quite low. They might not actually earn you anything much. You might just go hop up and down slightly, and to exchange them wouldn't be profitable at all. So they're just kind of long-term things, projects, and most people want to invest for short-term gains mainly, apart from if there's a big payoff. That's why people are obsessed by Bitcoin, but they only hear about Bitcoin because it's trendy. They're not hearing about just things for the sake of them and learning. So that people who have a kind of biased views around cryptocurrency, this car's going to go quicker and slower, why can't you just keep going at the same bloody speed? You go at 50 miles an hour in a minute. So there's going to be growing trends. I mean, I've invested in one of them that's connected to esports and stuff like that, digital sports stuff. So, you know, like fan-based things where people pay into membership, and they might be given tokens to spend on, say, fan art, or they might spend it on team sport art and all these other things like that. So there is ways it generates income from creating digital stuff that can be printed off that's registered to them. It's about branding and trademark and all these other sort of elements that are brought into it as well. So there's you know, there's a lot of potential really. Anything else? Let's have a look. So yeah, I mean, basically, you think about crypto, it's just another layer of currency. It's decentralized. So when they go on about liquidity, and they talk about printing out loads of money and all sorts of things from fiat currency, and how it's going to make the crypto go through the roof, not necessarily, because they're not connected directly. It's just that more likely a business will invest in something that it's got more security over. If it sees hyperinflation and things like that, then it's going to be a bit more careful how it shifts its assets around. But corporations are not held by particularly one country, so they stick their money in other places. slower, quicker. Yeah, oh well. There might be some other stuff in the future. I was thinking about supermarkets, if they had a club card there was integrated with a cryptocurrency. I mean, currently you get a point system, and you know, like things like Costa or some of these coffee shops, you can get yourself a free coffee, or you can pay for a meal or take a chunk of money out of it. I've done that before, just pay for my whole meal. So, but the only thing is I can't transfer it back into a finance system in the mainstream, but at a later date it could be transferred into another cryptocurrency. Get in here, probably grab me. Just figuring it out. Anyway, this is Peace sign off. Have a great one, switches in, bye.